check this out. Yes, we're going to be listening to some testimonies.
Border. You mentioned several times the fact that you're processing illegal immigrants, and I'd like for you to elaborate what you mean by processing. Because a little over a month ago, about 1,500 migrants crossed the Rio Grande in a single night, and a report suggests that because there weren't enough beds, more than 600 of these migrants were released into the streets. Is that an example of processing?
The example of processing is that the Border Patrol lets us know about those that have been sponsored. They vet them at that point, and this is where we work really closely with them.
So you're saying if they have a sponsor, they're allowed into the country? No. That's the requirement?
No, that facilitates the fact that they're allowed into our country, and then when they're processed, they become legal. And at that point, the fact that they have a sponsor allows us to work with the persons that are legal. We never try to process illegal at any point, at any time. There's no consideration.
One of the things you mentioned were these NGOs, Catholic Charities was brought up. Are you aware if taxpayer dollars are being spent on those? You talked about bus tickets and shelter. I've been to the border personally and seen Catholic Charities put migrants in hotels and send them to the airport and purchase flights. Where's that money coming from?
Well, most of it is in El Paso. Most of them are donations from the public. They get donations. We have an Annunciation House.
So you don't believe there's any taxpayer dollars being spent on that?
Well, let me give you an example. One of the leading individuals that houses and shelters them and moves them forward is an Annunciation House, and they will not take 1 cent from federal money. They do not want federal money because they just feel like they'd be trapped into that.
Well, listen to
the
this.
Information that I have from our government is that we have spent quite a bit on that, and I hope this committee will determine just exactly how much. I would also implore you to revise some of your wording. You've called several of us racist because of, in your opening testimony, you said there is no invasion of migrants in our country, saying as such continues a false racist narrative. And then you went so far as to try to link these words to a horrible crime that's committed in your city. I would advise you to watch your words and be careful when you're talking about people like Mr. Dunn, who are voicing a very serious issue. Migrants are absolutely invading this country. I applaud this bill. I'm very disappointed in the testimony I heard from my colleague in Maryland, citing the Catholic bishops. I believe the Catholic bishops have endorsed this Catholic Charities ruse to encourage more migration. They've encouraged and facilitated child trafficking. A lot of the violence that we've seen. Our border is absolutely open, and I'll yield the balance of my time. Mr. Roy from Texas.
I yield back to
Mr. Good. Would you yield?
I'll yield to the chairman.
Yeah, thank you, John, for yielding. Sheriff, on day one, President Biden terminated the national emergency declaration on the southwest border. Number 2, on day one, he halted construction of the border wall. Number 3, on day one, he revoked President Trump's immigration enforcement priorities. Number 4, on day one, he paused deportations. And number 5, he moved to terminate the asylum cooperative agreements with Northern Triangle countries. And number 6, he suspended enrollments in the Remain in Mexico program. Did any of those things factor into the conditions you described in your opening statement in this influx of people coming to our border? Did any of those 6 things that President Biden did on day one contribute to the situation we now find ourselves in?
Mr. Chairman, it did, and that's all of it.
Every single one.
Every one of them changed. We went from what I consider probably my 38-year career, one of the most manageable borders, and that was also shared.
Just want to be clear what you said, Sheriff. The most manageable border we had in your 38 years in law enforcement was 2 years ago.
Yes, it was.
Okay. And then on day one, President Biden terminates the national emergency declaration on the southwest border. That's contributed to the problem we now have, right?
Yes, sir.
And he halted construction on the wall. Has that contributed to the problem we now have?
Yes, my border's frozen in time in my county.
Yep. And he revoked President Trump's immigration enforcement priorities. Does that contribute to the problem we now see?
It has.
Including the fentanyl getting to communities and harming people like Mr. Dunn's son.
Yes.
Not harming, taking his life. He paused deportations. Is that hurting? This is what Mr. Roy was just talking about.
It's all a collective message that the border is open.
Terminated the asylum cooperative agreements and suspended enrollments in the Remain in Mexico program. That's contributing to the situation we now have.
Yes.
All right, so this idea that if we just give more agents, build more wall, put in the roads, more drones, more border security, which I'm all for, that's going to solve. That is not going to solve it until you go back to these policies. Is that right?
That is correct. And Mr. Chair, if I could add one more thing, is before President Biden took office, myself and several other sheriffs on behalf of national sheriffs met with President Biden's transition team and went over all the current plans on the border to include what was working. I was told by his transition team, Sheriff, we appreciate all you're doing. They were very optimistic that things were doing well on the border. The day took over, that all changed.
No, that's important. What you just said, and I know I'm over time, I'm not going to go to the gentleman from Colorado, but what you just said is important because you basically told the Biden administration, do this and we will have a secure border, the most secure in your 38 years of experience in law enforcement. And they said basically thanks, but no thanks. Is that right?
They actually were very complimentary. I was shocked on day one.
Even worse.
Yes, I was shocked. They were very, thank you, Sheriff, for everything you're doing. Day one, when I saw that, I was disappointed and shocked.
Gentleman yields back. Gentleman from North Carolina is recognized. Mr. Bishop.
This is ridiculous. Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Judge Samaniega,
Yes, sir.
did you hear about the conflict between the Mexican Army and the Sinaloa cartel in the city of Culiacan in early this month?
I did.
As described in The Guardian, it said that they captured Ovidio Guzman, who's son of El Chapo, prompting a wave of retaliatory attacks from cartel gunmen. After a night of violence, gunmen exchanged fire with security forces, blocking roads with burning vehicles and shooting at Army helicopters and police airplanes, bringing reinforcements to the city. According to one resident, heavy fighting raged for hours after Guzman, a key figure in the Sinaloa cartel since the arrest of his father, was arrested in the city early on Thursday. It goes on to say that residents were locked into their homes. All major roads into the city were blocked with burning vehicles, and gunmen attacked a military airbase. Goes on. You would agree that the cartels are dangerous organizations, aren't they?
Oh, they are dangerous.
And they've come to have extraordinary capacity to operate in Mexico to the point that they can take on the Mexican army. Isn't that true?
I'm not sure if that's a true statement, but
Well, in this case, they actually had a running battle with the Mexican army where the helicopter gunships were deployed to fire and they were firing at them. There was an open warfare in the city. You do understand that, right, sir?
I do understand that.
Do you not see it as possible that in a future with an uncontrolled border, a border we can't control,
No, we can't control the
that those
borders
same conditions could exist on the streets of American cities?
because the cartels got control of the borders.
Two things. We're mixing one, that's unrest. We have unrest ourselves here in the United States, just like in Mexico, and we're mixing two things.
Are the cartels strengthened by the fees they receive for trafficking humans across the border?
Well, I think there's a lot of assumptions.
Is that a hard question to answer, yes or no?
Well, give me the question straight so I can understand what you.
My understanding is that billions in income come to the cartels, and according to the Border Patrol officers I've met, they say nobody comes across the Rio Grande. Nobody comes across the border without paying a fee of thousands. And many of these people don't have thousands, so they enter a life of indentured servitude until they pay it off. Their family might be tortured to pay for it. And the cartels earn billions from it. Is that not true?
It's true. It's true, but it's true.
It is true that the cartels are making billions off of that.
I don't even think it's necessarily should be a battle between Republicans and Democrats about who gets kudos for stopping the flood across the border. But isn't it true that the policy is strengthening the cartels, these dangerous cartels that can operate in the open and conduct open warfare with the Mexican army?
Well, I think you're talking about the root cause.
Oh, answer the question.
And we're having, we have to shoulder a broken system there in our community.
So we just deplore it as a broken system. But we don't need to respond as if this is an emergency and a threat to the United States, that the same conditions could occur here.
I'm not understanding how you're mixing the two things of trying to help asylum seekers as part of our.
Well, if there's transnational criminal or cartel organizations that exist, and they're capable of doing what they're doing in Mexico, and they're being strengthened day in and day out, and their drug trade is producing profits and expanding their forces in the United States, isn't it just a matter of time and amount before they can do the same thing here that they do there?
We've seen this for 50, 60 years, cartels doing that, and the fights that happen between them. We live that, and we happen to be one of the safest when Mexico was the worst in the world in violence. We were still the safest community in the country.
So you're
full of it,
you
buddy.
think there's not a threat to the United States?
Well,
Yeah,
there's
full
no
of it.
threat, but I cannot understand what we're here for. Immigration. We're here to discuss what's the right thing to do for immigration, and I've always said that when you mix the two, it gets very complicated. It's complicated enough to look at them.
Just close the bloody borders, man. That's all you gotta do.
Try to talk about the drugs and try to talk about immigration.
Sex trafficking coming over and everything.
You can resolve it. So I'd like
Serious,
to really
buddy?
focus on the fact that we need to do the best thing that we can.
800 pounds of heroin coming over the border into our streets.
I question your conclusion about what's humane and what's not, and with that, I yield back.
Jesus, man. You know, the guys, they answer the question. You know what I'm saying?
You're fired. No.
You know, I mean, answer the, that was just a replay. And, you know, answer the question. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have, we got 800 pounds of cocaine coming over the border. I mean, we need, we need to close these borders. You know what I'm saying? These borders need to be locked down again. You know, yes, and truly, yes, we have to put up the wall. And you know, as far as it goes, I mean, you know, we have the sex trafficking coming over. We have drug trafficking. We have all these things coming over. We have weapons coming over the borders into our streets. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to take these guns off the streets. You know what I'm saying? Take them out of the hands of, these, criminals and stuff that, that have these guns. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, again, just like I spoke to my show early this morning, we spoke about guns. And when we also spoke about how these guns are getting back on the streets in the hands of these non-felons. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we have to put a stop to this, because if we don't put a stop to this, we're gonna have more guns and more over in our streets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I remember the Fall River Police Department, they had a gun buyback. Okay. I mean, if you turn in your weapon, okay, you get a $200 grocery card, you know what I'm saying, and to go buy groceries with, $200 worth, I mean, we're not saying, okay, that you can't have any weapons. We're not saying that, okay, because that's your Second Amendment right. We're not saying that. But what we're saying is that the thing is, we have guns, illegal guns out in the street that's in the hands of felons and criminals, dangerous criminals and everything that, that can actually get these things. You know what I'm saying? So what we want is that, we want these guns off the street. You know what I'm saying? And, these guns off the street, we want them in the furnace. We want them destroyed, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want these guns in the hands of people that, that go out there and use them on other people. You know what I'm saying? See, guns don't kill people. People kill people when they have these guns in their hands. You know what I'm saying? These are violent criminals that we can't that can't get a license for a gun, so they go out there and get them illegally, out in the street. So I mean, that's what we have to do, and and we have to again. And I talked about this in my other show earlier today. I say around 11 o'clock. I talked about it, and that the FBI and it's and the CIA and and sometimes again and we talk about nobody's perfect, okay? No one's perfect at all. We have some kind of stuff going on in the FBI. We have some stuff going on in the CIA. We have some other stuff's going on in the ATF. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people, you know what I'm saying, are all connected. You know what I'm saying? And we have to, and we have to put a stop to this because we cannot have any more guns, any more weapons hitting our streets, and drugs coming over the border of Mexico into our streets and into our schools, and and our children, our grandchildren, and kids are getting a hold of this stuff because, and especially the fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? We have fentanyl that that's in the streets. That's a very dangerous drug, and this is why we have people overdosing left and right. We're trying to stop that, and so this is why we have to we have to lock that border down at some point. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the chairman of the committee, he has a great point about the border. You know what I'm saying? I mean, where are we getting this money from? You know what I'm saying? Where are we getting this money from? To keep these borders open, these open borders. You know what I'm saying? Where are we getting money from to keep these open? You know what I'm saying? And have these people come over here and jump these borders and decided, well, I'm gonna go jump the border and and I'm gonna get free Social Security. I'm gonna get free. I'm gonna get a free license. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna have my own house. They're gonna pay me $2,000, a month, and they're gonna help me pay my rent and everything. I mean, what are they getting the money for this? These sort of things. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know that. So this is why we have to close these borders down, because these borders are way too much. Okay, there's way too many. I mean, we're not saying that the legalists they can't come over. Okay, we're not saying that, but what we're saying is that they can come over, but let them come over here. Get a green card. I'm saying if you want a green card, then you come over here in the green card, then you can apply for citizenship over here. I mean, there's no need for that border down in Texas to be open or all around the border. It doesn't need to be open. We need to lock that border down, and so that way no more people come over here. And it's because it's pretty sad that this is happening. You know what I'm saying? And and Biden and President Joe Biden, he has something to do about leaving these borders open. Okay, I mean, what does he want? To leave the borders open and people put fence around their yard so people don't go through their yard? No, I mean, we want these borders closed. I mean, ASAP. You know what I'm saying? These borders ought to be closed ASAP. Okay, and and that's what the government should stop. That's what the government should stop focusing on, is the border. Okay, because Donald Trump, okay, he wanted to put the wall up. Okay, yes, he did. And this, and you know what, and in my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay, putting up a border. Okay, if you because he's doing the right thing, and he's not saying, well, immigrants cannot come over. If you want to come over to the United States, you come over here the right way. Come over here, use a green card. Okay, come over here, use a green card, and then apply for citizenship over here. Get an address and then apply for citizenship over here. So what is the problem? Okay, I don't, and for me, I don't see the problem with that. You know what I'm saying, you know, I mean, well, the Democrats and the Democrats have a problem with it, but the Republicans and the conservative, we don't have a problem with that. Okay, so we need to get together and we need to figure out how we going to do this thing. Okay, but the only thing we have to, the Democrats and the Republicans, okay, we have to, come to an agreement with each other. Because I'm going to tell you this, there is too much fighting, okay, there is too much fighting going on. Too many people hating on other people. There's a lot of, discrimination going on. Well, I don't want the I don't want the wall up. I want the borders open. Right now, the border patrols, okay, they are so stressed out, okay, having those borders open. You know why? Because they got to catch them, and they got to bring them back. You know what I'm saying? Then they got to find places for them to live. They got to separate them out to all the countries. You know what I'm saying? Well, New York's got some, Massachusetts has got some, New Bedford's got some, Somerset and Swansea's got some. We cannot fit any more people here no more. Okay, we can't. And you know something? And we can't do it like this. Okay, we have to find another way to figure out how we can get these people over here. Okay, now people saying that Biden did a good job. I think Biden did not do a good job. Okay, Biden's a joke. Okay, he lies about things. Okay, and hey, like I said, I've heard the replay in the video. Biden just kind of like really didn't, but got a couple of got boos in there, but his rates down on his rates are down. He shouldn't be running for president anymore because I'm not saying because of his age, but he shouldn't be running for president no more. Because he's basically destroying this whole country. He is. This country is being so destroyed, and food prices, like how I mentioned. There's shortage in eggs. There's there's a lot of things that are going on. We can't be, we can't be arguing like this. We have to come to some kind of conclusion, decision on what we're going to do with that border. Are we going to leave it open or are we going to close it? Okay, so it has to go one way, and it cannot be a two-way street. Okay, the argument needs to stop in government, because people right now, we distrust. We're just we're holding people accountable. Okay, for what they for what they're doing right now. Okay, they're hating. They're being obnoxious. They can't decide what they can't decide what they want to do with the border. So my opinion, close the border. Close the border. Put the fence up. Put the wall up so that way they don't climb the wall. Make the wall so high. Put barbed wire across it. And end the whole story. And put the National Guards down there. If they try to close the wall, if they try to jump the wall, then you arrest them. But other than that, we have to come some kind of agreement, because there is. It's pretty sad, that we have to hear our government fighting back and forth on these things, So, and it's sad, So, but anyways, I got something here I want to read, and I had to play that video. So, but it wasn't music, so it was something that had to do something with the border. And so, but anyways, the wife of a California public defender who died, Sully in January at the Mexican resort. I believe her husband was murdered. Well, yeah, I mean, see, there it is. She believes that. She believes that her her husband was murdered. But let's see what people have to say. Oh, the wife of a California public defender who died, man, sorely in January at the Mexican resort. I believe her husband was murdered, but someone did this, and to him, Kim Williams told Good Morning America Thursday, I just known it is not an accident, but I know he didn't fall. I just know that. Williams' husband, Elliot Blair, 33, died in the early morning hours of January 14th at the luxury Los Race Resort and Spa in Castile City of Remontos, Mexico. He had William were there to celebrate their 1 year anniversary. Wow, see that? You know, the 1 year anniversary. Imagine that, huh? And this guy and somebody just ended up murdering this guy. See, that's what happens. Okay, in Mexico, I mean, you never know. I'm saying, you never know what goes on over there in Mexico. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, the government, what I'm saying, they're always fighting, they're arguing. I mean, over. I mean, I know they've been arguing over stupid things way before, but I mean, look at this, man. This does cut the cut the cake. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish they stop arguing and stop arguing and come to some kind of a conclusion where, oh, okay, well, you know what? We're going to put the wall up and everything. We're not going to have any more immigrants come over here, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what is wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. But now, I got another thing I want to read that you guys would never inform. The former husband of a woman who was murdered remains unsolved and now accused of assaulting current partner. Wow. So look at this. You know what I'm saying? So there is a crime, a murder unsolved. Okay, but now look at it's a let's see, the former husband of a woman who was murdered remains unsolved, but now accused of assaulting the current partner. But Benjamin Leadyard, 55, has been charged with second-degree assault, traumatic and threatening, and means. In the New Castle County Division of Police said officer was dispatched and a resident and in the Wellington on January 1st at approximately 1:50 p.m. for a progress of a domestic dispute. That's a big thing today. Domestic disputes are so much big today. We're all and the police department. We are big on domestic now. Any domestic disputes, any domestic violence. Let me tell you something. Cops go to the house. Even if you put your hands on somebody, you know what I'm saying, and you're gonna be arrested because that's very large right now here in Massachusetts, and right now, well, before domestic violence wasn't even recognized back in the late 90s. But it wasn't that bad. But the thing is now, domestic violence, domestic abuse is a thing now here in Massachusetts. Now it's you can probably get up to 2.5 years in a house of correction if you're if you're found guilty. You know what I'm saying? So Domestic violence is not like it used to be before. Okay, well, you know something, people go to court, people get restraining orders on their husbands, people get restraining orders on their boyfriends, and okay, well, you know what? And the guys would come back and say, "Oh, honey, I'm sorry," and then the woman, "Okay, well, I'll go to the courthouse and I'll go drop the restraining order." And back then you could, what I'm saying, drop the restraining order, the courts forget about it. What I'm saying, but now the state picks up the charge. Okay, you cannot go anymore and drop any charges anymore. So once you press charges on somebody, that's it, and you go try to drop it. No, the courts are not gonna buy your excuse. They're gonna pick up the charge and go ahead with the charge and charge the defendant and charge them. So I mean that's how that is. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not like it used to be before. But I mean it's gotten bad, but it's gotten so bad. Crime is so high here in Massachusetts. Here in Fall River and New Bedford. I don't know about Brockton, but I know that the crime rate is up there. So I'm going to Google it and see if I can actually find it. Yeah, so I mean, well, because of the robberies and and murders, shootings, and things like that go on over here. So, but it's right up there, and I want to let me see if I can locate the statistics on that by let's see. Okay, okay. Okay, let me see. I just found it. Part 1 of the title of Chapter 38, Section 35, Massachusetts Legals. Let's see. What do we got? Let me see. Section 25, the section of the following words shall, unless the contents so clearly requires other wishes, have the following meanings. A person who is a member of America Academy. Oh, no, that's not the one. Jesus. Okay. Come on. Well, okay, here we go. The Bill S. 1197 on the Act of Relatives to the Criminal Justice Training Regardless of a person with a autism spectrum disorder. Ooh, I wasn't expecting this one. Well, I wasn't expecting this one. By Miss Clerk, petitions accompanied by the bill by the Senate. No, 1197 of Catherine M. Clerk. That's Karen James and E. Timothy of the legislation relative to a criminal justice training regarding of a person with autism on a spectrum disorder, public safety, and homeland security. All right, well, that's something different. Well, I can't find it, so I mean, I try to look for it, and but I know that the crime rates are so high up here, and over here in crime rates are here in Massachusetts so high. But I'm going to do the weather now. Fall River, 44 cloudy, highs 51, lows 29. Cloudy conditions will continue for the rest of the day. Winds gusts are around up to 20 miles an hour. Cloudy at 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m. So 44, 45, 47, 49, 50. And 11 p.m. tonight, 50, and 12 p.m. 51. So this is the 1 a.m. Cloudy, 2 a.m. cloudy, 2 a.m. cloudy, 3 p.m. cloudy, 4 p.m., 5 p.m. cloudy, and 6 p.m. 49. So 6:46 a.m. will be the sunset, 70 a.m. in the morning, 49, 50, 54, 56. Well, at 10 a.m., it's going to be really windy at 10 a.m. So the wind's gonna pick up. So at 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and 12 p.m., and 1 p.m., and at 2 p.m. it's going to be 57. So it's going to go 58 and 57 and 57 and 56 around that time. So, but make sure though you have a hat, maybe a jacket or something, a sweater to put on, because that's what's going to happen. So Wednesday cloudy up, still Friday rain, 50%. Saturday sunny, 22, 30. Yeah, well, I mean it's but that is your weather from the David Mead Show. And tomorrow morning when I head to the bus stop, tomorrow morning, I will update you on the weather and let you know what the weather's going to be for tomorrow. So that's your weather for today from the David Mead Show. I'm always broadcasting. I'm always live when I can. So. But I just wanted to pass on that weather there. So please share my video. Subscribe to my video. I need to get a bunch of likes on my live stream. So, but let's see here. Let's see what else we can actually talk about before I end my live stream here tonight. Oh, CPAC is on. Caption, right, defensive little. All right, let's see what CPAC is like right now.
Over here, where we're actually reducing spending, we're balancing our budget.
Right.
That's where we're trying to lay the groundwork here, and that's the next fight. I think you're going to see some great committees. We look what happened. You've got some people on rules committee that I mean, in the past we would have one token HFC guy, and he could be voted every time 8-1, right? But now you've got three pretty conservatives in Massey, Norman, and Roy,
Right.
on rules. And what happens with rules is our conference rule does not allow the chairman to move something unless it passes at least by 7-2 Republican.
Right. Exactly.
So you can stop some of this craziness. I think you'll see also stopping these massive 4,000-page bills that come out and they say you got an hour and a half to look at it, and they've added everything but the kitchen sink to it, and nobody knows what's in it. We tend to find out later on. Oh, it has this in it. I remember the bill sponsor I said, did you know that your bill had this in it? No. I said, sure. Sure, it did. And they had to go back and look, and they had to call and say, "Gee, you're right. I had no idea."
Right.
And it was the bill's sponsor. So a more rational, more responsible Congress. That's what.
Well, or we could just go back to Nancy's rules and go,
Oh,
well, you can read it after
yeah.
you vote on it. No more of that. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah, amen.
We're so happy for that. But
Praise the
no,
Lord.
what you guys did was really
Thank you.
wonderful, and I loved seeing it come together. But I'm even loving more, and I can't wait for everybody out there to hear all of these interviews, because each person tells it in their own personal view.
Right.
Each person sees it as going forward in a little different way. Each person has their own little personal stories. Do you have a little personal story that happened during that week, that somebody that said something that touched your heart or made a difference or just made you laugh?
We had a lot of interesting things, but I will just tell you this: I had let my hair go long. Okay, so and my deal was, and then people would say, and I got more comments about my hair than about the speaker's race from everybody in the conference, including Democrats, who come, Andy, you let your hair go long. You got to get a haircut. And I say, well, they said, because somebody got really mad at us and said, I'm going to make sure none of them get on the committee, which was silly because we knew that, he was just mad.
Right.
But so people would come up and say that to me and say, Andy, you need to get a haircut. And I said, well, I'm just letting it grow since I'm not going to have a committee, and I might as well not worry about getting a haircut.
That's funny.
And anyway, I just thought it was astounding how many people really are concerned with my hair length.
Right.
Because now since I cut it,
Right.
everybody's coming up and saying, you look so much better with your haircut. And I said,
Well, I mean, so that was that was CPAC, but I just wanted to well, I have something else here I want to read out here. A 49-year-old career criminal is broken into a New Bedford home and had multiple priors and convictions for a break-in and entering and other larcenies and behaviors by sentencing into prison. There's the story right there. 49-year-old breaking, several break-ins. Saying, well, I can go break into somebody's house, but the judge is gonna let me go. No, but 49 years old, you get, I mean, it's pretty sad that we have to, it's pretty sad that nobody's safe and around anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's a 49-year-old career criminal who broke into the two separated and New Bedford home and late at 2019 and early 2020 was a sentence to serve up to 7.5 years in a state prison. Well, last Friday in Fall River Superior Court, Bristol County District Attorney Thomas Quinn III announced that Kevin Santos pleaded guilty for an indictment and charging him with 2 counts of breaking and entering, committing felonies and 2 counts of larceny from building, and on November 10th, 2019 at 11:15 New Bedford, dispatched Karen Street and residents on that report of a break-in. See, that's what happens. People just don't understand. Okay, when you break into somebody's house, and if somebody's in a house, that now that's another charge. It's home invasion. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? But people do get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? People are not perfect. I understand that. I get it. So, okay. Well, Campbell County woman found guilty in the 2020 murder of a three-year-old. Oof. Another one. Now look at this. Now we just got finished talking about the 3 kids that the wife did, right? Killed. Now Campbell County woman found guilty in the 2020 murder of a 3-year-old. I mean, under a plea agreement, Megan Perez could face the maximum sentence of 20 years. Well, you know what? Anybody out there, I don't care who you are, anybody out there, you go out there, you murder your kids, you kill your children, you know what? You deserve to go to jail, okay? You know why? Because you guys, you people make kids and you can't take care of them, and all of a sudden, and you read in the news saying that your kids are murdered. Your kids are being murdered. I mean, why? You know what I'm saying? And again, and we talk about this, all the time. I mean, matter of fact, I just got done talking about this earlier. About the 3 children. Now, this woman. Now, I mean, come on. I mean, people have kids. Why are you going to have kids for? Why? Okay. Why have children if you're going to go out there and you're going to murder them? Why? You know what I'm saying? Then you know what? If you're going to do that and you got problems, you got something wrong with you, you better get yourself checked first before, anything. Because let me tell you something, kids have to pay the ultimate price when they come into this world. Okay. They pay the ultimate price. Okay. And, you think having children, easy to take care of, if you don't want children, then don't have them. Okay. But just don't. Okay. Then, don't use them like that. See this woman right here, killed her 3-year-old. Okay. I mean, you think I mean, come on, and no remorse on this. Come on, man. That I mean, I hear this every single day, okay, with children, okay, and I see it all over Facebook with children, okay, and children are one of the precious in the world, okay. They, this is what makes the world go around, okay. When you have children, you makes the world go around, okay. All right. But if you're gonna have children and you're gonna murder them, why even bother? Why even bother having them? Okay, and it's disgusting. Okay, it is. It's total. It's damaging. You know what I'm saying? It is, and it is damaging. You know what I'm saying? But I have no words for this. Either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my message, man. I mean, my opinion, my message, if you're gonna do that, then you don't belong with any children at all. Okay. I mean, like I said, you belong in jail. You know what I'm saying? You don't belong in any mental hospital or any. You belong in jail. Okay. And anybody that does that to children, they belong in jail. Okay. They belong behind bars because you know what? Because you're sick up here. Okay, you have a sick. You're sick. Okay, and and I mean doing that to a children. Yeah. Okay. Well, what? It's just like the other one that I talked about. Jumped out the rail and she paralyzed. She belongs in jail too. Just like this one. This one too belongs in jail. They belong behind bars. They need to stay there. You know what I'm saying? Because they're a menace to society, and that's what they are. Okay? Anybody that murders children like that, I have no sympathy for them. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to other things that I want to talk to. And that's my right. I have no sympathy for them. Those kind of people. Okay? That do that to children. And murder children like that because they have a sick mind. So and they need to spend the rest of their life in prison, for doing that kind of stuff. No sympathy at all. The only sympathy I have is for the children and for the father of the children. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I mean, there was a lot to say today. You know what I'm saying? So, it was. It's happy birthday to Travis Tritt, born on the day in 1963. Well, yeah. Hey, I see some beautiful cars out here these days. Chevrolets, better than more than 2020. I see some nice Chevrolets out here. You know, nice cars. I mean, I'll tell you though, some of the engines are really clean on them. But I just want to, Boston Common Frog Pond and offering free skating in winter thread on February 19th. So yeah. Um, BBC documents of Arthur Knight story and new podcast on Not Nichols. So I mean that's going to happen. ABC News that died from choking him and acute alcohol intoxication. So he passed away. No, rest in peace there, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Something big is coming. Are you ready in 2023? Prediction for register now for free and get $200 bonus. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay. Lego Discovery Center in Boston sets to open on April 14th in Boston Globe. Well, the Lego store. Yeah. Well, anybody who's in interested in the Lego store, Lego stores. Matter of fact, they have one in Providence too. Providence Place Mall, the Lego store. But this one here is going to be opening on April 14th. Of the Boston Globe Center of Boston set to open April 14th. So the chilling Lego building, and yes, it's the $12 million $12 million renovation of the first update Lego Discovery Center. Let me see what else it says here. In the United States will open April 14th. Assembly on Rose in Somerville. So wow, it's get over there and check out the Lego store over there. John Candy, documentary director by Collins Hanks and coming to Prime Videos. Wow. Stands and Governor DeSantis is with the Governor DeSantis against the woke left and the names. Well, I'm surprised DeSantis may running for president, but Florida needs him as well. So Macro Rubio, nothing like this even happens before. Oh. Very good. Short interview about the Chinese spy balloon by someone who is sitting on the intelligence committee and has recovered briefings and sheds a lot of light. Yeah, good. I'm glad. So that was Jean St. Pierre shared that one. And Green Lane operator who ran over college student relieved of duty by the MBTA says, wow, two motorists of the person who was operating on the Green Line train that ran over a Maine and college student last month has been taking off the job, the MBTA says. Good. You know what I'm saying? That poor college student, man, run over the college student, did not stop. Wow. I mean, that must have been a tragedy from the mothers and stuff, Prayers of America. Oh, geez. Let's see what else is going on here. The barber goes viral and video special connection with the young boy. Yeah, cut his hair, man. Good job. The Fairhaven Monument was always in the spot. So, they still have the Fairhaven Monument. It's still in the spot by WBSM, New Bedford. It's still there. It's still there. It hasn't moved yet. Awesome. Awesome. I like that. I mean, there's other things I could talk about, besides politics too, so, I mean, it doesn't have to be, always politics. I can mix it in, so forth. Great statue, you know, and, but the bombshell that Gish officially entered the Hunter Biden's laptop from hell into congressional recording of documents. So, wow, and documents, intelligence screening. Let's see what they have to say for just a couple of minutes, because it's not going to be long. So let's hear this.
To hurt our country.
Sir, the FBI cyber program is based off of what's codified in Title 18, Section 1030, a code which talks about computer intrusions, right, using nefarious intent.
Well, you talked about passwords here. I mean, Hunter Biden's password on his laptop was Hunter02. He drops it off at a repair store. I'm holding the receipt from Max Computer Repair, where in December 2019, they turned.
That was just a few minutes right there. That was just a few minutes. Oh my God. There we go. See that? There it is. I mean, it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there. It is. It's there, and that's it. But again, my show has ended. 7:34. I started a little bit early so I can get done at 7:34. Again, I just want to say that you guys can. I mean, Almax on a go. They got some good sandwiches over there. Their sandwiches are great. They have muffins, blueberry muffins. They have all kinds. Bulky sandwiches, great coffees. They have they're open at 5:30 in the morning, and their donuts are homemade over there. And they're very good. At the Almax Diner on the Go. So please go over, show your support on Almax on the Go. I will keep doing this. I will keep doing this and mentioning this. Almax, Almax on the Go. So please, go in and join some donuts, muffins. They have all kinds. Matter of fact, they even have a drive-through. There's the drive-through right here. I mean, I've already showed the drive-through before. There's the drive-through right there. They even have a drive-through, and they got some great pastry over there. Coffee's excellent over there. I mean, but go and enjoy yourself. Ask about the points, the rewards that they have. You know what I'm saying? Where you can get, if you got so many points, rewards, you can get a donut. You know what I'm saying? So you can get a donut, coffee, if you got a lot of rewards, points, you can actually get that. So please go and go support your small business. Almax on the Go. They even own a Almax down on North Main Street, where they have a full breakfast bar over there, breakfast and lunch over there at the same time. So you guys can go over. You guys can go down there too if you're looking for a full breakfast. It's Almax Diner down on North Main Street, next to Bicentennial Park before the overpass. You can take a bus down here if you have a car. You can also drive down here too as well. This is the let me see here. The Diamond and Silk. My prayers go out to the sister. Because she did lose a sister from Diamond and Silk, and my prayers go out to them. I wanted to say that. To them. Rest easy, rest in peace. Pray for the sister's peace and peace of mind. But she's still going on with the Diamond and Silk, with a picture of her sister on the side of her. That's a wonderful thing. That's awesome. Diamond and Silk. Let's see here. Let's see here. What else is going on here? Oh, jeez. Okay, wait a second here. I want to find out. Let me see here. I want to see if there's any more I can. One more thing I can say. Anyways, this is let me tell you, Mr. President, Chip Roy issued a blunt warning to Biden. Oh boy, that's crazy. Yeah. WPMI, NBC 15 News is live on things. Parade is coming. Okay. Stand in faith and stuff like that. But everybody, keep your head up. Keep your head up. And things are gonna get better soon. Hopefully, we do have to. We do have to pray for these things, and McCarthy, Kevin McCarthy is doing an awesome job, and that's it. So, Anthony, Republican, shot dead 1 week after councilwoman killed in the same state. Wow, that's terrible. Wow, that is so terrible. I mean, it's because the guy's a Republican, and these people, these Democrats, they're evil. They're so evil. Sarah Sanders delivers the Republican rebuttal on Biden's SUTU address. So, something. Well, Biden, he's a liar, and I will continue on calling him that because. I don't think he did a good job at all. He didn't do a good job. Not at all. CPAC is still live. Take care, everybody. This is the David Meade Show. This is my second broadcast. I'll be doing this every Thursday in the morning and at night. So I'll be doing this at on Thursday at 11 o'clock. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. I can do this in the morning. It's around 10:30 and 10:30, quarter of, and then do it and then broadcast again at night. But this is my my show's just ended. I just want to tell everybody, please share my video, subscribe to my video, and just send a message out there, and just let the government know that they're going to be held accountable on everything that they do. So, and I'm also keeping an eye on Maura Healey too, and her her fiasco too. So, also keeping an eye on Mayor Paul Coogan too for his fiasco too. We have to stop putting the homeless as a priority. We gotta start working on that too. So, I will keep bringing these things up. on every Thursday. If I find something new to talk about, then I will. But I will bring these. Keep bringing these other things up, so that way that message could be loud and clear, could be out there. And so please subscribe to my video. And so take care, everybody. And 7:42. 7:42. Take care, everybody. Have a great night. See you next Thursday morning and next Thursday night, 10:30, and that's 10. Actually, let's make it quarter off. 10:40. Let's make it 10:40. So 10:40 to 11:30, and 7 o'clock. 6 p.m. Until 7:34. So take care, everybody. Have a great night. I will be going live tomorrow morning, and I'll be also announcing the morning weather too also. So take care and have a great night. Bye now.